I had the pleasure of closing today's conference in a conversation with Simon Genevaz. Simon is about to join Commissioner Vestier's cabinet, but this was a final outing for him in the role that he holds as Deputy Head of Unit responsible for merger policy. That's in the General Policy Directorate A at DG Competition. And we were talking about Article 22, but also about the revival of continental CAN, the old use of abuse of dominance to control mergers. They have the similarity of repurposing. Article 22 has been repurposed to capture small deals below filing thresholds, and we thought continental CAN was effectively dead when the merger regulation was adopted, and now Advocate General Cocotte tells us that it's still relevant if you have deals that have not been subject to any merger filing and review procedure. That was the historical long-term perspective, but we soon came to focus in on the practicalities of the new Article 22 procedure, and Simon was keen to emphasize the narrow remit of the new Article 22 procedure, in particular looking only for cases which have escaped filing but which are characterized by a competitive impact not reflected in the level of revenues of the companies, and that will often, the clue for that will be the high purchase price paid. Certainly that was the case with Illumina Grail. So we talked about the issues of substance in those, but then I pressed Simon to try and shed his hat of regulator who has these powers, these comfortable new powers, and to look at it from the point of view of lawyers, in-house, external, advising companies on new deals, whether they are at risk under Article 22. And Simon helpfully explained that companies can come to the Commission for a consultation on Article 22, in the same way that they come to the Commission for a jurisdictional consultation under the merger regulation proper. And one simply files a case team allocation request together with a memorandum, and after, I think he said, 5 working days, you can expect a response. Exactly what that response might be, he was a little bit cagey, but it does seem that there was something in writing, equivalent to a comfort letter. What's the value of such a letter, I pressed, given that the possibility of kicking off an Article 22 process is with the member states, and the Commission being satisfied in relation to Article 22 that there's no issue, is not binding on the member states. Should companies actually go to member states, all 27 or 29 of them, perhaps minus Luxembourg, which has no competition authority? That, he says, of course, and you can't really expect different, is for the companies to decide. But the learning that you can take away, even so, is that the target of Article 22 is narrow. There have been some cases, he wouldn't name the number, not many, of consultations of that kind. There appear to have been none which have spun out from that initial consultation into an Article 22 exercise. Overall, stepping back, it's true that the Illumina Grail approval of Article 22 has taken us far away from the original remit of the merger regulation to create bright line jurisdictional tests, and many more cases can be brought in under control. We shall see what the Court of Justice says about the General Court's reasoning, but for the moment the General Court has upheld the new Article 22 procedure, and that is the environment that we must now navigate.